Rolling.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nerdbuzzed.
Nerdbuzzed doesn't condone the consumption of alcohol by any persons under the age of 21. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome to Nerdbuzzed, the podcast where we talk about all the nerdy stuff that we care about and drink a cool frosty brew while we're doing it. I'm your host, Marcus Ellinger. With me, as always,
Jeremiah Johnson.
And the one, the only, the intern with stuff.
It's me. I fooled you. I pranked you. You thought I was going to be gone. I'm not.
Holly,
Unfortunately,
it's weird.
I'm trying.
Okay.
I'm really trying.
So it's too early for Jack.
It is. It's kind of too early for me. But I didn't drink a gallon of coffee. Oh, and newsflash, I'm not hungover.
Wow.
I did not drink too much last night.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Thank you. So,
What?
what?
What? Jesus.
So, what are we drinking, Jay? Let's get to the point here.
Yeah, let's get to the point.
We are drinking Fremont Brewing's Dark Heron Expressive India Pale Ale. So it's, we were talking about earlier, it looks like a DC Northwest Coast
West Side.
superhero heron character.
You can kind of see
Native
it on the,
American.
on the
Native
windows.
American, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
it does.
It's 6.6% IPA, obviously. It's got a great color to it.
And it's the official brew of Emerald City Comic Con.
Comic-Con, yep. Which is why it looks like a DC character.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean that makes a lot of sense.
Kind of looks like Falcon, too, though. Like Native American Falcon.
Yeah,
Just a hero with wings.
It looks
Right,
like,
like
Space
Hawkman,
Ghost.
Falcon.
with
a
wings.
little bit, but it's got that like weird cowl that goes into like a cape.
No, dude, it looks like Space Ghost.
That,
Kind of. But
I
like
It
can
does
kinda
not
see
look like
that.
Space Ghost at
yeah,
all.
dude. Well, from looking on the computer screen, it looks like Space Ghost, but
The
with
computer.
yeah, just a computer.
So, anyway, that's the beer we're drinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's got a great color. It's a little redder than I was expecting it to be.
And it's a little bit red.
It's very Northwest smelling.
It smells really good.
Very strong on the hops.
It's not quite...
Does it smell expressive?
Yeah, right? Is it very expressive? It smells really fresh.
It does.
Not quite that, like, mow the lawn fresh, but it's very fresh.
No, I'm getting a lot of that.
You getting the mow the lawn in there?
I'm getting a lot of them on the lawn.
I don't
A lot of
know.
that grass
Only
is-
one
I'm
of
going to
you
have
can
to
be
mow
right.
the lawn soon, and I'm not looking forward to it. Because the instant you mow it, it grows back.
Yes. Once you start it, it's a weekly.
I know. I always like to wait till I look like the horrible, trashy neighbor in the neighborhood, and then I mow it. Yeah.
Just the weed count in general
Yes.
says that.
I
Doesn't
wait-
matter what time.
Yeah, I just wait till my lawn is yellow with dandelions, and then I mow the weeds. All
How
right,
about yours, Jack?
What are you drinking?
Wow, yeah, I'm drinking the Reed's Raspberry Ginger Brew. I think it has a really good ginger ale like tang to it. You're like, I'm gonna get some ginger up in this, but it also does smell like raspberry, though it's kind of like way off to the side. And I was expecting it to be a little more prevalent.
I gotta say, it looks raspberry though.
Yeah, it
if
does.
it's not really raspberry, I'm gonna be disappointed because I've been saving this one for like a month, and
Oh well, maybe you should drink it fresher.
I'm ready to.
Jack
I'm ready
might
to
have
chug
something to say, unlike normal.
Yeah, I might. Hey guys, I have something to say.
I was going to start out this... I was really going to try this episode to, like, just kill Jack with kindness, and I can't do it. I'm already off track.
Can't.
It's already happened.
Impossible.
It's just, nope, that
impossible.
option is no longer available.
Yeah.
For a second, I thought you just coughed on me, and I'm like, you bastard. Don't cough on me.
I do like the color of your ginger ale,
Yeah, I
though.
do.
It's,
Yeah, and it
I'm
it shows up
intrigued by
on the
color.
screen.
Because it's
Very
not green. Or show up.
Yeah.
Not as good as mine.
Not everything shows up in Wakanda, especially if you're green.
Oh
What
my
are we?
God.
They should have made more
We're
stuff.
once again on location in Wakanda.
green.
So I want to
Yeah.
drink this beer.
Me too.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
To all the nerds,
Through all the fuzz.
Bottoms up.
Let's get nerd buzz. Clink.
so that hits you with the bitter. Boom, right away.
Yeah.
It's real rich, hard
It
bitter.
is smooth, though.
It smooths out after that.
Like,
but
it just,
that-
like, flies over your tongue.
yes.
Yeah.
but that initial hit is
Mm-hmm.
pretty intense.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the tongue drag when you drink it. It does just, bam, hit you with flavor, and then mellows out pretty nicely. It doesn't linger with, Jack's really enjoying his over there. I can feel the glare from here. He's about to get pissed.
What's new?
Yeah. I think it's pretty good.
It is. Like I said, though, this has definitely got some pretty strong bittering hops in there.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying that. It's been a while since we've had a good bitter hoppy beer,
Yeah.
and this definitely qualifies. That's like a staple for IPA. What it used to be anyway.
Yeah. No, I think it's really awesome. I'm gonna, as we keep drinking it, I'm gonna try to figure out what that kind of middle flavor is. But I really enjoy how it's just super smooth finish. I'm curious. I think this one's gonna change a lot as it warms up. I think
There's
a lot of
malt,
this.
a lot of malt to that one.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
You think that's what that is?
Yep.
All right. I appreciate that. So now I can take note.
Yeah.
I think it's going to definitely transition as it warms up, though. I think
Oh,
part
yeah.
of why this is so smooth and easy to drink is because it is like fresh out of the fridge cold.
Mm.
You think?
Probably.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, Jack, tell us about it.
Yep.
His face is stuck that way the whole episode.
I don't even know.
Just do a screen capture shot of your face. And we'll
How
just
do
use
I-
that the rest of the episode.
I don't know how to do that. I mean, I would. I don't know what I was expecting. I mean, raspberry ginger brew. What do you expect?
Raspberry?
Raspberries and ginger.
Yeah. No? Cat piss? Does it
It's
taste like
like-
cat piss?
Immediately, you're talking about how it smoothly goes over your tongue. It's like it's like it's Kratos, climbing his way into the back of your throat, cutting off bits and pieces of your tongue. You're like, stop, it hurts.
You've always been saying you want more intense.
But this isn't the right kind of intent. This is bad. It's just gross. And then it gets to the back of my throat, and it's
Well, make
like
up your mind.
it's not the
Yeah.
taste, but it's the aftertaste of kombucha. And I hate kombucha.
Vinegary.
It's like and it like lingers there, and you're like, ugh.
What is with the kombucha craze? Right?
It's so disgusting.
It's everywhere. You
Anyone that
can't-
drinks kombucha, get out.
Yeah, take a shower, you hippie.
They were talking about how
Quit
the next
washing
drink
your
I'm
insides and
drinking-
wash your outsides.
This one looks like it was made by hippies, but I think it was this one, the one that I am.
Well, no. One's made by hippies, and one's made for hippies.
Which,
Yeah.
but isn't it's like Kids Bop? By kids, for kids. By hippies.
Wow.
Ruining today's hits.
It's like it's not even gingery or raspberry. I don't even know what it is. It's like this weird mix of them both, and then it has the
It
aftertaste
keeps
of
just
kombucha.
shocking him. I think your ginger drink needs a safe word. Maybe it's Kratos. Kratos!
I'm
All right.
hyped, by the way.
Out of all the, we're going to go back and look at all the
Like a
all the
month.
ones he's drank, but I can only think of like one or two that he's actually said, I kind of like this.
Yeah, I think it was balls. He's missing the balls in his mouth.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Are you talking about this specific brand of brew that I have been drinking?
No, it's just everything that we've gone back. I think out of
There's
everything we've
so
drank,
many that I like.
you say that until you start reviewing them.
Yeah, that's true.
No, dude, the first couple I had.
Welcome.
and, like,
You have caught the Nerdbuzzed bug where you ruin things.
No, it's just, there was the last week's ginger one on our after party,
Yeah.
I think, with
The
The extra-
not the extra. It was the
enhanced.
no. It was an S.
Ultra? Super?
No.
Special?
Super Ultra Instinct
what else would
Gohan
S
God.
be?
Oh yeah, shout out to Gohan for achieving his true potential. Except Gohan sucks. Stop trying to make him cool.
What? Okay, you want to talk?
'Cause he's like-
you want to talk DBZ?
He's like Super Gohan now or something.
You know how like every 30 episodes in DBZ, maybe like 25, it's just drawn amazing, right?
Yeah.
Like they're like Saturday morning cartoon, it's the quality, and then suddenly it's like movie production value quality of just like extra light, like it looks more comic booky
so
and it's awesome.
it's whoever's the lead animator that's just lazy as hell goes on vacation that's his time out of the office. That's
It's something, yeah.
And
Or somebody gets sick.
And it's
I don't know.
It's this guy in the back room that's like sweeping floors, but has to like cover at this point in time. He's got all this passion for it. Comes in and
Isn't it like
All right,
Goodwill
and then
Hunting?
back to
But for
sleeping
anime.
floors.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's Matt Damon.
And just like, all right, back to sweeping floors. Get out of here.
Yeah,
You're
the
expensive.
new the new episode of Super, phenomenal, man. It's one of my favorite looking episodes ever. It's so crazy awesome. It's Jin fighting Goku as like super ultra instinct mastered or whatever. It's sick, dude.
Huh.
It's really, really good. Like, it's got all these big punches that come back, and it's like his fist is huge on the camera, and his arm will stretch and sweep. It's like, the perspective's awesome.
Nice.
It was really, really cool. It took 2 weeks, though, for this one to come out. So I'm wondering if, for some reason, would you just take 2 weeks every time?
Yeah, no
Like,
kidding.
what is the problem? I don't know. It was great. You got to sit through a million episodes of garbage, because it's already on, like, episode 200 or something. Right? Remember having to wait so
I
long
do.
for Dragon Ball Z?
I do.
And now it's just, they're already on episode 200. That show's only been out for, what, a couple years?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, not very long. Jack's on it.
Yep.
Well, anyway, awesome segue into this show's big topic, because we all watched it. Dun, dun, dun. There it is.
Oh, what? Oh, the hotkeys not working for a second. Yeah, whoa. How did that get there? Magic.
Right? And we saw it at the Stanwood Theater,
Yep.
which is everybody's favorite theater to hate. Right?
Love to hate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like Stanwood. I mean, it smelled like
Big
piss when I
props,
was in
though,
there.
Yeah.
to Stanwood Theater.
They're finally making some changes.
Yeah.
Change.
Okay, unless you're like an old person, because the instant you said they got new seats, and the seats
Yes.
are amazing. They have the movable arms, which is phenomenal.
Yes, they sit up a little higher.
They do, but they also lean back.
Yeah.
I sat in it and was shocked at how far I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
And
keep
I
going.
thought if I was an old dude, you'd be up there. You'd have to put both arms down and like
Yeah, and be like,
July
do the little
5th,
shake.
2015.
Yeah, right. Not conducive to old people,
July 5th,
No.
2015.
but it's cushy.
It
My
is.
bum
You still
felt great
talking
the whole
about
time.
that?
Oh, it was
No? Okay.
nice. My
Yeah.
hip
Okay,
wasn't
what is
bothering
that, Jack? Sorry.
July 5th, 2015. So 3 years. Not
3
even.
years.
Almost 3.
Yeah.
me. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's,
Facts.
Okay, that's still fast though.
yeah.
That's 100 episodes. Let's call it
Oh
70
my
episodes.
god.
A year.
Dragon Ball Z started in 89?
Yeah.
Yeah. And when did it end?
Yeah, let's see. Dragon Ball.
Find it, Jack. Find it, Jack.
Dragon Ball.
But yes, Stanwood Theater is amazing. They're making some changes. They're going to be updating the carpet,
96.
the walls, and they're
Okay,
also going to be
that's
doing the lighting. That's what you said, anyway.
Yes, that is what I said. Because you can clearly see where they put a ladder to
Yes.
change the bulbs in the theater, because it's just all these tears on the left and right side of all of the lighting fixtures. Snap, snap.
Okay, what?
Ended
How long?
in
When did it
January
start?
31st, 1996. That's really weird.
So it started in 89
89. So 7
to
years to make 300 and something episodes.
296?
Yeah.
Not quite 300.
And
yeah.
they're already more than that in 3, in like less than half the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well that's
That's why it's, we know what S stands for. Right? Yeah.
super?
Yeah. Super, super.
Awesome.
So super you can smell it. So, Tomb Raider. We all saw it. I kind of think, should we do our like pregame real quick, or just what we
we should
thought
start. I
before
think we
go
start
see
with
it?
plot, characters.
It's Jack's show, clearly.
And then-
It's
No,
Jack's show.
I think we should start out with the overall go see it or don't go see it. before we
so
get in-
spoiler alert ahead of time before we ruin the movie.
No,
for
we should
anyone.
just say right now. Just
There's going to be spoilers.
oh yeah, there's going
Let's
to be
give
spoilers.
a spoiler-free review real quick.
Yeah.
Should people go see this movie?
Sure.
Okay, let's do it two ways. Should people that are fans of movies go see this movie?
People, I think if you're a fan of action movies,
Yeah.
Michael Bay-ish action movies,
Really high quality action movies.
if that's what you enjoy going to see on the big screen,
Mm-hmm.
totally go check it out in theaters.
I'm a little bit not in that. I think this is not a movie that's necessarily. It's not a movie for people that love quality, really good
No.
movies. But yeah, if you
If
just
you're
want to
looking
kind of
for the Michael
see.
Bay, if Transformers is your go-to movie,
Yeah. Oh my god, I feel bad for you people. If
I know,
that's you.
but I'm just, well, there's people that
Who the hell are these people?
there's people that had to clamor for Twilight, so
It's true. Okay, if you're those people, this might be a good movie for you. What do you think, Jack? If you're just if you're a fan of movies, should you go see Tomb Raider? Purely based on I just like movies.
I'm trying to do something really cool right now, so I can't show my face. But I mean, sure, yeah, it's a romp, you know. It's like a sort of
I think that's a good word for it.
yeah.
yeah,
It's
like a little
cliche.
action. You know, like Uncharted, the movie. This is what I'm expecting from that, you know?
Okay, so now, that's... So, yeah, theater... So we're kind of it's okay.
Yeah.
How about if you're a fan of video games? Tomb Raider, maybe, specifically?
If you're a big fan of the Tomb Raider games, I think you're going to be let down.
Yeah.
I really do. That said, there's a lot of aspects to the movie where I really felt, hey, this feels like the game.
Yeah,
there was
I would
tons
totally
of
agree.
parts of the movie where like, hey, this actually feels like the game.
Yeah,
and I was surprised by that because the only other one that did that for me was the Silent Hill. That was the only other one.
I think that's one of the worst video game movies rated too. I saw a list this past week, and people don't like that one.
But that's like I said, as far as playing the game and the feel that the game has.
Yeah,
this movie had it. In both cases, it doesn't follow the story well, but
yes, yeah. So can we dive in now?
Sure.
Totally
Spoilers.
spoiler it up. Let's spoiler it up.
I'm trying to get a thing.
I think we should. What are you putting like spoiler alert on there?
Yeah,
what
it's
are you
gonna
doing?
be awesome.
Do you need to know how to spell it?
No,
Don't ask me.
It's not working well. All right, select colors. Do it in red.
Is it worth the wait?
It's the wrong
I don't
red,
think it
but
is.
anyway.
Yeah, it's so wrong. And where is it? He's gonna mess up everything,
where
man.
is it?
Again,
where-
once again, this is why we don't pay Jack.
Oh, here we go.
So worth it.
Whoa, spoilers.
Nice.
How
I like
fast can I
it.
click it?
That was the sound effect. Okay,
Okay.
now make it go away.
You've been warned.
Okay.
So I think we should start out with Jay, because Jay is basically our resident Tomb Raider fan. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Like, you love the game,
yes,
right? You're a big fan
kind
of
of
the
a fan.
Tomb Raiders game. You've said it multiple times on
the
the show.
reboot. I think was done phenomenally. And Jack, look this up. Was it Crystal that did it?
It was Crystal Dynamics.
Was it Crystal Dynamics for both
With
of them?
Square Enix?
Yeah, it was
Because
it
Square Enix
totally-
was put
That's
before
so-
at the beginning of the movie.
That was the most surreal thing. Seeing Square Enix, and the credits are on like the opening thing of a movie. I'm like, whoa. I guess
So-
the Final Fantasy movies, but
No, but I mean, was both of them?
it was
Crystal?
it was definitely. I'm gonna look it up. And
I know
you're
the
gonna
first one was Crystal,
blow your
but
mind.
Yeah.
So let's see,
Are we
it was,
losing massive
Was
nerd
it Rise
cred
of
'cause
the?
we
No,
don't
it was
know?
probably
Return
Yeah.
of the Tomb. Oh, it was just Tomb Raider. Tomb
It's
Raider.
Tomb Raider, and then Rise of the Tomb Raider was the second one.
2000. What was it?
But this one's based on
15?
just Tomb Raider.
Yes, this is based on just Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
2015. I'm a god. Let's see. Crystal Dynamics.
Right?
Yeah, so-
Publishers: Square Enix, Microsoft, and then
Okay.
it wasn't.
Okay, so
this
we're
is
right.
anymore.
Yeah.
And
that was right.
So it was both of them.
yeah,
I think that what the movie is missing is Crystal Dynamics.
yes, yes. I think I said that last night.
What
Yes,
does that
That's
mean?
what the movie's missing. It means the movie is more a production than it is a development.
Yeah. No, I know you.
I think that's fair to say with the
Yeah.
movie. And that's clear as day based on that it's produced by the producers and not,
Yeah, Crystal wasn't part of that.
yeah, for sure, or published by the publisher and not the producers.
Yep. It was. It's they. Other than name dropping, and the showing of, well, spoilers, Himiko
Yeah.
in there. Other than the name dropping in the Himiko part, and the main bad guy, this doesn't follow the Tomb Raider story at all.
I was in the theater, and one of my coworkers showed up, and so I just sat by him, and they were like, "Yeah, it's like almost like a prequel to the game," because they said that the Tomb Raider 2015 starts with you figuring out that spoilers, that the lady, the boss lady, was like part of Trinity or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's really the boss lady part of Trinity is really brought to light in the second one, the Rise of the Tomb Raider, not Tomb Raider.
Okay, but yeah, and I guess like some of it was just wrong, right? Or my coworker was like, "Yeah, it's almost like a weird prequel."
Well,
But
and what game is he referring to? Is he referring to Rise of the Tomb Raider or Tomb Raider?
maybe they only played Rise.
Because Rise is the one
that
that was
could
the
be it.
Xbox exclusive, which kind of really bugged me.
No, it's not
It's
anymore.
PlayStation. I know it's not, but it was a
No.
year exclusive for Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
We had to wait a year to get it.
Oh!
Yeah. What?
You guys heard
Just
the new
say
one,
it.
right? The Super Pyramid Tomb Raider.
Oh,
Rise
yeah,
of the
yeah, yeah. I
Pyramid
heard
of the
something
Tomb
about that.
Raider.
Yeah.
No, I never heard that.
Oh, I'll look it up. It was like just announced.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say I think this movie's cast really well.
Yes, Alicia Vikander did amazing.
I-
Her dad's kind of...
But I liked them. But he looked like he could have been her dad,
Yes.
right? Like they had a very similar like nose kind of shape, and their facial structure had a lot of features that were. It almost reminded me of the Black Panther. Like I liked that about Black Panther, how when they were younger to older, they looked like those people. It was very well cast, right? And this had that same
even
feel.
even the progressions of Laura looked somewhat believable. The middle one, not quite as much, but...
Yeah, I actually really appreciated that. Like whoever's upping their game in Hollywood on this casting, I'm into it. I like it.
My favorite was Joseph Gordon-Levitt to Bruce Willis. Makes so much sense.
You already said that.
No, I didn't. What?
From the movie Looper, right?
That's the first time I've ever said that.
That's not true at all. You're so
definitely
loaded on
true.
ginger. You're wasted, dude.
It's probably the kombucha, doesn't it? Oh, God.
my
Doesn't
God.
that like
Anyway.
have alcohol in it?
I think that
Whatever.
Well, okay, so... one of my big pieces is they didn't have the character development, and they didn't have the characters that they had in the game.
The development was that she learned how to escape a chokehold, okay?
That was the biggest, strongest development. And another part of it, though, is why'd they bring the dad into it? I mean,
Yeah.
in the
Because
game,
he's going to die and it's going to be emotional, and you're not going to know
but,
that
okay,
he's...
so in the game, they had they established that her dad was dead, and that she picked up the whole the tomb raiding, or the not really the tomb raiding at that point in time, but the
Finding of
the
artifacts or
yeah
the hunger to be a Tomb Raider.
the archaeological stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
or
yeah.
like what? So in the games, was it specifically finding supernatural things to like bring her mom back to life, or was that
No, that wasn't in it. She wasn't looking for that. She was looking for
Himiko?
Himiko. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, all that, and in this, she develops a team. She gets a team together. Is funded. They're going out. She has this guy that was totally a father figure for her.
In the game.
And they developed that for him really well. And he talks about how he knew her father and all this other stuff. And he's basically the one that raised her and taught her the whole rock climbing side and the strength and be tough part, you know.
Yeah.
And obviously she brought the money.
Yeah.
Side of it. But you know, that's what they had, and it was in the game. It was developed really well. Great. Why couldn't they stick with that?
Yeah.
Why couldn't they just still have the flashbacks to the dad? You know, just have it be a flashback, come back instead of the 9 flash. You know, use one of the 9 flashbacks they had in this movie for the dad. Awesome, covered. Dad's covered and stuff. And then they had a bunch of little action sequences in the movie where they could have used it to develop characters better, like the whole running through the boats thing. Pointless, not needed.
Totally.
Not needed whatsoever. They
We
could've-
needed that 20-minute long bike scene, though.
No, but you didn't even need that.
Well, but that just established that she already had the skills
Yes.
without being.
You know,
It showed that she was adaptive to
Yes.
having skills in different environments.
You know, it'd be funny
Right.
if at the end of the movie she's like, "How am I supposed to get out of this tomb?" And there's just like an ancient bike lying on the side. She like bikes out of the tomb.
It's got to make noises like that too.
Because there was the whole chokehold thing where that came back later. The bike scene, you know, was
was
just
just
kind of
the
on
bike.
its
That's
own
just for physical fitness.
as the bike scene. I mean, what if it was like rock climbing or like
I think
archery?
okay. If I think of the game, right? I think the game's fine. I definitely think it's a better game than a movie for sure, but it's not my favorite game, right? But it has a lot of great elements in it. But one of my favorite parts of that Tomb Raider game was when she kills, right?
yeah.
And she has that transition from it's like this instant growing leaps and bounds for her, right?
Yeah.
Just suddenly, oh crap, I'm gonna have to kill people now, and I'm turning into a killer, right?
Yeah, well, she's forced into a corner, forced to defend herself, and ends up killing somebody. And in the game, she shoots him.
Yeah.
And in here, she chokes him out in the puddle. That was way better. Spoilers.
Yeah. I really liked
Yeah, it
that
was
scene.
like, ugh.
What I didn't like was
gross
immediately
scene.
after that scene, because that's when she sees her dad. in the movie, right? Like, she
yeah.
chokes the dude out in the pond, or in the little puddle, and I thought, this feels like the game. Like, this is an intense moment where I'm relating to her that, like, oh crap, I'm going to be a killer now, and I'm choosing to be that person, right?
Yeah.
And then, in the very next scene, she sees her dad, follows him all the way up to his little cave thing, and they have their all emotional whatever. I totally think it would have been better. We were talking about it, if she would have crawled up there and it just, like, found her dad's carcass or whatever. Like, he was already dead or something, right?
Exactly.
And that would have
Night
fueled
alone.
that. Like, she's already flipped the switch that she's going to go kill now.
Yeah, sees the
that would have
carcass,
fueled that, right?
Sees all of his research that he's been doing and how he's been tracking Trinity and all that stuff. Dude, yeah, that would have been...
And, like, what am I going to do? And then the last thing it pans to is the bow and arrow. And then next we see her just, like, like Rambo style, start taking people like that.
Way better.
I think it would have been a much better transition. Because her dad dies anyway.
Yes.
Right? You don't need to drag him along.
But
That turned it into a, what are those, like an escort game, right? Where you just got to escort this character through the whole thing. It turned it into that. And Tomb Raider, the game, is not that.
Yeah. But so after the kill and all that part, she ends up, gets stabbed through the side of her body, falls down this whole cliff, gets beat up. She's bleeding everywhere. She's about to bleed out. She needs to get warmed up because in the game it's snowing and cold, and she's got to warm up. And so it's a major emotional part of the game. Is just this struggle to find your first fire, your first campsite, your first fire, and they brought that in with the finding dad thing and following dad thing, but that's not at all what it is. It's all about her struggle to survive on herself and her growing by herself. Yeah, and that's where they lost it in this game. I think
it's not the end all be all video game movie by any means. They can still do better.
Yes,
but it's not. I wouldn't say it's bad.
No,
right?
It's not.
No.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not bad.
We're bagging on it pretty hard.
Because I got a lot.
Oh,
of things. This is my Jack moment, okay? Give it to me, damn it.
I still think
but I'm Jack.
if I had somebody that had not played Tomb Raider and has not seen the movie, right, and they were willing to do either one, they just wanted the better experience, hands down, get the game.
Yes.
Right? Like, why don't even watch the movie, play the game.
Yeah, much better. Way better storytelling.
Yeah.
Better developed characters.
I don't want to come across as the movie's garbage, because I don't think the movie was garbage. I really kind of came out of the theater like, that wasn't terrible. I really went into it thinking this is going to be a garbage
The first
fest.
thing I said is I feel very Justice League about it.
Yeah.
It's like I don't hate it.
Yeah.
And I was expecting to go in and either love it or hate it. And I'm not. I came out kind of conflicted.
Yeah, I wouldn't. For me, it wasn't quite as strong, at least of how I felt differently after coming out of it as Justice League, because I really went into Justice League like, okay, we're gonna watch a turd fest, and we're not gonna be able to watch this stink off us by the end, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But I came out of that like, I don't hate it. There's not a part of me that hated this movie, right?
Yeah.
And I never really expected to go into Tomb Raider thinking I would hate it. I just didn't really. I didn't think. I'll tell you this. I probably won't ever watch that movie again.
No.
I've seen it. It's fine. I could have waited and rented it. I'm glad I saw it in the theater because I don't think I would have ever rented it.
Oh,
I don't
I'll
care
probably
enough
watch
about
it one
Tomb
more
Raider.
time.
You will watch it one more time?
Probably one more time, but not in theater.
Do you think they'll do a part 2?
I
They
hope
left
they do.
it lingering.
I hope
It
they
made
do.
it like $3 million the first day, or it made a good amount the first day.
Enough.
Yeah. As long as they make their money back, they'll make another.
Yeah.
If it loses, they're not going to.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what happens with it. I don't know. I think it is better than a lot of video game movies that are out there.
It's a step
For
up.
sure.
Yeah,
I think-
step up too.
Yeah.
Revolution.
I think it last night we talked after we left the movie, and I do think I think that there should be a definite chunk of our episode here where we just address the elephant in the room, and that is why can't they just make a good video game movie? We've had an episode about it, but why doesn't it translate?
I don't know. I think a lot of it is just the fact that the people that are making the movies are the people who make the video games need to be involved, like directly involved in making it.
Yeah.
Like get the writers that did it. Get the writers that.
But you already have a script. Like, should they just take the script from the game and now make a movie?
Yeah.
Like, you already have the script.
Yes, I think that would be the answer to it.
Yeah.
And if you're going to change the characters up and change the story up that much, then don't tell that story.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't envy any of them trying to do it, because I think it's got to be one of the hardest things in the world to do, to take something that takes hours and hours to play, and even way more man hours to make a game, right? Like, this is a huge production thing that went into Tomb Raider the game.
Like, have you ever watched the super cuts of like the Uncharted's and the Last of Us and stuff? So if you do the Last of Us super cuts, like 4 hours long,
which is just all the cutscenes.
Yeah, it's just all the cutscenes and storytelling. Yeah. Granted, in Last of Us had a lot of storytelling through the gameplay. So you're watching the gameplay as they're going for that part of it.
I think that's a huge point to make note of, is that a lot of the reason why a video game is good is the story, but it's also how the story is conveyed through the gameplay. It makes it personal, because you're the one actually controlling Laura, and you're the one that missed that jump 20 times while in that frantic scene, and now you finally got through, and in a way, your, like, anxiety level is super high, and you're frustrated and worn out by that point in the game also, and then the next cutscene also has that emotion in it, so it, like, fits better, and you feel more personally tied to it, and, like, there is none of that in the movie.
If you go to the Uncharted ones, though, the difference between, like, the Last of Us and the Uncharted, you do the Uncharted cutscenes. All the Uncharted cutscenes are just straight cutscenes that tell the story.
Yeah.
There's no gameplay involved in those at all. When you watch the supercuts.
Yeah.
And, but even the Uncharted one, I think they grouped Uncharted's 1 and 2 together, but that was 3.5 hours of cutscenes.
Yeah.
So,
would that be better? Would it be better to just have a cutscene movie?
I actually have been watching them occasionally.
You've already been watching that, right? I even think if you take like a TV series and make it into a movie, it's not as good.
Can be, yeah.
Right? It's how do you take that much time, which I think is a huge part of what makes it good, is that personal commitment that you make to it, and translate that to a movie. I don't know that you can do it.
I think it's a balance of fan service, but also getting larger audience in, right?
And that's what they're always talking about. Is we need to adhere to or appeal to the larger audience.
Yeah. So it's like, with Tomb Raider, I feel like some of the fans might have been put off because they're like, "What is this story?"
Why? So the question is always is if you look at these games, you look how universally acclaimed they were for their story across the game service, the game side. Clearly, that story is a good story. Why do they need to make that appeal to more people? Because it's already appealing to a ton of people. A good story is a good story. I don't care what medium you're putting it on.
Maybe because
weird
fans...
executives, I think they just make dumb decisions all the time.
I guarantee.
Guys, I had to think too much in this point, so we need more explosion.
Yeah,
just give me more cowbell.
Yeah, right.
Why are they shooting now?
I think that maybe that is what it is that you're going from a team of people that are making a game that caters to that audience, right? Mm-hmm. And then now you're trying to transition that into a movie, but it's done from this group of people that's all they know how to do is make a movie. Yeah. Like they're not people that make games, right? Like even though Square put up some money for this movie, I'm curious to how much they were actually involved with any of it.
And like I said, they did do one thing, like I said, in this movie that proves, I think, that there is viability for video game movies. And that is, like I said, other than the Silent Hill, and the Silent Hill didn't have the gameplay feel, it had the story feel.
Yeah.
Even though it was a different story. But this one had the gameplay feel to it. How they shot it, how you're doing it. It's like, man, this feels like I'm in the game. This feels like what's going on. This feels like it's from a game. This feels,
like a quick time event.
Yeah, no, it is. But it's like, and they had they had the quick time event where she was running out of the tomb, and it was totally cut.
I mean, on
just
the boat,
like you're going to be where you're
where
running.
the traps were coming down, or like how she was solving the puzzles. It was so like, you put the thing up, you're like,
something that bugs
I
me
have
right there.
this in my hand.
The solving the puzzle thing.
It was too easy all the time, except for the weird one with the green. The light,
yellow
I was
and
like,
green.
that's dumb. That's dumb.
I got a problem with all of their puzzle solvings, with how simple and easy everything was to it. But they didn't focus enough on the researching and the looking around part of it.
Like, because they were just blowing stuff up.
what is it? How does this work? I mean, clearly they can do it because Indiana Jones does it.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones has that whole. It's a moment of silence. Something that movies can't have anymore.
Yeah.
It's this quiet moments. They have to have it filled with noise and action.
I have the piece in my hand.
I do think,
There's
the
solution over there. Yeah.
Let's be fair, though. The door thing with the turning things and the, changing the different little crystals to get the right... That felt very video game. I could totally see those exact puzzles being in a video game.
I actually wanted to ask, does that happen in the game where she opens the door like that? Okay.
There's no,
or what about the little puzzles?
wheel turning thing?
There's some wheel turning stuff, but it's not exactly like that. No.
No. Does it appear that that's taken from the game, though? It's been too long since I played. I don't even think I ever played the second one.
I need to play it, just in general.
Yeah, it's really good. If you like Uncharted, it's really good.
Yeah.
Like I said, I appreciated it because the Uncharteds were starting to run together to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that came out, and it was kind of a breath of fresh air with all the same Uncharted style play.
Well, and I've said it a million times, but the defining difference between the Tomb Raider and the Uncharted for me is the personal connection the character the more of a personal connection the character has with things going on around them. In Uncharted, there's a story, and you're just kind of forced to race through the different scenarios and do what you need to do, and it's really pretty, and the story was great before that, but then you're like, it's probably like the same thing where you watch all the cutscenes, and they're definite cutscenes, right?
Yes.
There's no gameplay to clear anything up, because it's not necessary. It's just this crazy action sequence to the next cutscene, right?
Yeah.
In Tomb Raider, you collect things in the game, and you do things in the game that are personal to your character that actually grow with the character throughout the game.
Yes, and that's
right?
like the whole crafting aspect.
Yeah.
The bow and arrow was a central part of the game and the crafting aspect. Your first bow and arrow, you find some rope and you find some twigs, and you literally just lash them together, or I find a bow that was lashed together that way, and you end up reinforcing it. But it just lashed together with just twigs lashed together and with a rawhide string. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and it's more Last of Us.
Yes.
Yeah, it's definitely different than that, but it is.
It was the critical survival stuff.
Yeah, and it's something Uncharted needs to fix. I'm sick of Uncharted because of that. It's so linear, and there's such clear-cut points of gameplay and video in that game. They need to find a way to meld them better, and I do think Tomb Raider does that better.
And they did that with The Last of Us.
Yes, for sure.
And I think that's why Last of Us. I mean, the storytelling in Last of Us is amazing, and the gameplay is mediocre gameplay at best overall, but it's melded into the story so well.
Do you want... Last of Us is hands down one of my favorite games of all time. I think if you love storytelling and you love action and character development, all these, and great gameplay, you have to play Last of Us.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Totally.
It's so it represents what video games can do as far as telling a story, right? It's really, really good. That being said, do you even care if they make a Last of Us movie?
No.
I don't think it can be done. There's no way you can make a movie.
Totally can.
No.
I mean,
there's no way.
It has to be done by the right people.
I think the only way you could make The Last of Us as a movie is because the way they have the seasons in the game. I think you'd have to make. I think you cover 3 seasons, or you cover all 4 seasons, but you really only cover 3 of them heavily.
Yeah.
I think you'd have to have a trilogy movie.
Okay. What if it was
just a separate story?
I would be for. What if it was like a prequel? Right, like a prequel to Last of Us.
Oh, like
right?
Joel.
Yeah, you get Joel, like how he got so jaded and like what happened to him.
I mean,
to
his
get those
daughter
things.
got that's why.
The in between while they were.
Yeah, but in the game it does that jump.
Right?
Yeah. If you got
the
that
backstory between him and
like what happened to his
Marlene,
brother,
the Black Gal.
Yeah.
So the backstory between him and Marlene and all that stuff, because they clearly had a backstory.
Yeah.
And they don't even
Is
touch
that,
on hardly.
Do they already have that though? Is that The Walking Dead?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying though is so from the time that if you've never played The Last of Us, spoiler alert, his daughter dies.
Wait.
Too late. You gotta be quicker. You gotta be faster with those buttons.
I don't have
Jack.
a hotkey
You gotta be
for
ready,
that
dude.
Yeah. Anyway.
I was ready for that. So.
Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't. But like from the time between then until you start playing the game.
Yeah.
And they cover there's a whole backstory that they just allude to, and you get little bits and pieces of, hey, we know each other from this, and this is what we did, or we don't like each other because of this, what happened, but they never say what happened. So that would open up, the prequel. That would make a great movie series.
You know what else
And
would?
series again, I'm just gonna say it. I think like a Netflix series.
Oh yeah.
Like if you had a Netflix Tomb Raider series, or it would be better. You could
It-
slow
yeah, but-
down a little bit.
Yeah.
You get the time to tell the stories, develop characters, get the Bulma episodes,
Yeah.
but
The non-skippable cutscene.
yeah,
Yeah.
No.
but no, the series. I mean, look at the production value though that you get in that now. I mean, we're getting effects values and effects production qualities that's not quite movie quality, but getting darn close.
Yeah.
And I think that's what has opened up TV to be a medium for that now.
Well, and I think
I
the
don't think you
other.
could have said that 10 years ago.
I think that's true, but I also think the advantage that, which I guess is really a disadvantage, but I think in the end it plays to its favor, with like the Netflix TV shows and stuff, is that you have to rely more on character development and story and non-explosions because you can't afford as many, right? The movie is about, this is our special effects budget, let's spend every penny of it, if not find another producer to throw some money at us or whatever to get another explosion in there, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's so much of that sensory overload where I don't need to stop and think because it's just going to blow up anyway, right?
Yeah.
Where in the series, they don't have the budget for that, so they got to make you connect more. And when the thing explodes, you better care,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Because we developed this for 3 episodes for you,
Like the
Right?
boat. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I'm like,
look-
the
look
boat.
at the-
I can't wait for the boat to.
right? Yeah,
But, I mean, look at The Flash. I mean, The Flash was, the whole season was all about one explosion.
yeah, right? Yeah.
Audible sigh.
I think that's on Netflix now. I'm gonna have to pick it up again. I was thinking there's no commercials or anything. I can just
Yeah.
kind of, it could be background noise. I might try again. We'll see. Nope. Just like don't do it. Don't waste your time. You could do more important
Yeah.
things, like
I was
figure out a
gonna
way
say,
to pay me.
I was gonna say, I've been playing a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn again. I know it's it's like my favorite
great
game, I
game.
think. But I was thinking like they could make a pretty good series out of like Rost's backstory, or there's like I think there's so much lore in that game that I would like. Oh, if they made like a Netflix series out of it, you know, or like Fallout. There's so much lore that you don't need to cover the main story of like
Yeah.
one of the games.
Yeah.
Just cover like a little side story so the fans are like, yes, and everyone else is like, oh, what's this fun little movie about a man that turns into a tree or whatever? Like
Maybe that's part of it too, because both of those games, the world is such a character in those games, right?
Yeah.
Like even I would say that also is for The Last of Us. I don't know if that's so much in Tomb Raider. Tomb
Yeah.
Raider is more about the character development than
and
it is the
the
world
development
being
was
a
pretty
character.
weak.
You think?
The world in the more so in Tomb Raider than Rise of Tomb Raider.
The world is a character is important.
The island was a major part of the character. I mean,
Yeah.
this whole island, because the island had this weird phenomena where seasons and weather didn't coincide with what was really happening.
Oh.
That's why it was summer and warm, and they're all in t-shirts and shorts, and they get shipwrecked, and now all of a sudden she's on part of the island where it's winter and frozen. You know,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Actually. Okay.
yeah. So I mean, they brought that into it, and that's part of the game. They touch on that. They build on that. And then
It was my glass.
they had
I'd own it if it was my butt.
Yeah, I felt it through the table, so it better not have been your butt.
Just put my butt up here.
but and then they and they in there they had the all the cultist stuff and weird stuff in the game
Yeah.
where you're going through these underground passages with all this weird just gross water and dead bodies and woven together bones and stuff to make these weird symbol things.
Yeah.
And that's a major part of the game is the world that it's in.
Well, and she definitely grows in that. The first one is really. I don't think I've played the second one. The first one is the one I did
Yeah,
get
you know
to
why
play.
you haven't played it yet?
Because my brother still has
yeah,
it.
exactly.
But she really grows as a character in that game. So I could see the world, the environment she's in, forcing that to happen. Right?
Yeah.
Like the different events. So I totally could see it be playing more of a key role. I don't remember from the first Tomb Raider. Are there zombies?
Yes.
They're not
yes,
zombies.
There are,
They're infected.
Yeah, right. Zombies are also
They
infected.
are. They're the people that people that were
Was that from the game?
not like that, but yes,
Not like the Uncharted 1 zombies. Yeah.
the Eldorados.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went more Eldorado with it
Than the game did, because I don't remember that being like this massive part of the game.
No, there was definitely a supernatural thing in the game, and they were the supernatural people, but they were the people that were entombed with her to keep her.
Entombed Raider?
The guard,
Oh.
the
good one.
and the
Like the line of defense to keep her there.
yes,
Okay, the undead army.
yes,
1,000 handmaidens.
yeah, which is not what it is. That was
But even Indiana Jones always had something supernatural.
yeah,
right. That
but-
was
but I'm
at the
saying-
end
but
of
I'm
every
saying
movie.
that was
That was
supernatural, and
weird.
then in the final fight.
Kalima, right? Isn't that what it is? I think.
Yeah. So the final fight is you're fighting with these things
To get to the tomb.
to get out of there. To
Sort of
escape.
like Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. where you're
Yes.
Fighting.
Yeah, right. There's always a supernatural
Yeah,
twist.
it happens at the very end.
Yeah, that's exactly the way the game went. The Tomb Raider game went.
Like
with
it can never just be the archaeologist fighting the like black market thief that's tagging along, right? There's always got to be the supernatural interjection between
the
the
zombies.
two.
It's
The common
the blue
enemy.
people.
You always
Yes.
need a common enemy.
You
in a
drink
movie,
the
yeah.
weird stuff, and Sully's dead, except he's not.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
never. Sully can't die.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, kid. Anyway.
Maybe like a Sully movie. What if you had like a young Sully
That'd
movie,
be awesome.
right?
That'd be amazing,
Like
actually.
what backwoods, back alley things happened to Sully to make him that way? That'd be great, right? It'd be very almost James Bondish,
Oh, probably.
right? I could see it being that way, where he's just kind of this cocky, gets the ladies and makes bad decisions, but gets out by the skin of his teeth.
Oh, dude, they already made that movie.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Kingsman.
Kingsman, yes. It'd be like
Kingsman
Kingsman. Without
2
the
is
Kingsman,
terrible.
though. Just Sully. Yeah, Kingsman is a bad movie. I don't care what
Kingsman
anybody
2, have you guys seen the second one?
says. No.
Yeah.
It was a garbage fest.
I'm not surprised.
It
The
was.
first one wasn't good either. People raved about that
Yeah.
movie. I was like, all right, I'll watch it. And I came away, I was like, it's fine, but it's not great.
It had an amazingly well cut and choreographed fight scene. That's what made that movie.
The weird chick with no legs and like the whatever those like I always think of like a kangaroo or something.
Yeah.
When people
Yeah.
wear those weird arch things, but hers were blades, right? Come on,
Hell yeah.
come on. I mean, way to rise up out of a crappy scenario and make yourself badass. She gets full credit, but that's like, come on.
What was I going to say? My sort of final-ish thoughts were like, characters were pretty weak. There wasn't much development on Laura's side, but I guess there was more than
Quite a bit for Laura.
Yeah, but the boat captain guy, his line delivery was really like off.
Yeah.
And the main villain, I would have liked more development with him because I like the actor. I know he can do more, except it was just like immediately it was kind of like over the top in a weird way where I'm like, you're not gonna like. But I like how he's like, sorry, I'm inexperienced in like being social, and you can kind of tell because he's like been alone. He like just wants to see his family again, but there wasn't enough of that to
Who,
really
her dad?
make it
No.
feel the bad guy.
Oh yeah.
What was his
He
name?
was just like superficial bad guy that was just there.
Yeah.
I don't really think it didn't matter.
Trinity is the real bad guy.
He was hired by people to do what he was doing.
By
he really
Trinity.
he really had no personal connection.
And I
was
also
much
wish
more of a personal
they
connection,
developed
yeah.
that like Croft Corp or Croft Inc. was like a bigger corporation. Oh, also, I'm not that kind of Croft. Said that like 50 times. I don't get what
Yeah.
the joke is. But other than that, I would say the movie is fun romp. If you want to watch stuff explode, if you want to see boats get ripped in half.
If you want to see a lot of like arms like
Yeah.
this with
Well,
feet also going in while in
I mean,
the air,
some of it
that
is
happens.
pretty exciting, and you're like, oh god. But the one part that wasn't was when she was in the parachute going down to the forest. Black Panther level, worse than Black Panther. Oh, I can't even look. But
And she'd be messed up, right?
She
Like
did.
she's just pure adrenaline, I guess.
Did you not see
Always.
the freaking her pull that?
Yeah, but then she just pops it out and she's like, "Sweet, now I'm gonna kick ass again." Like
No,
nothing ever came back and haunted her.
No, she didn't do that. She pulled it out. And she's like, "Oh my god!" And that's when she gets attacked.
Yeah.
and kills the dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, all of a sudden,
Oh, and then Dad fixes her up.
yes.
So if her dad would have been dead, now
Yeah.
big plot hole. That's why her dad was alive, just to fix her. Clear. Oh no, it makes sense.
I also
10. The movie gets a 10. Go
No,
see it.
If you play the game, though, she's got a freaking deal on her side, and in every video game trope, she finds the bandages and goes around her arm.
Yeah, right. Of course. Always the arm. Fix it.
no in
Eat a
Resident
turkey.
Evil.
A whole turkey.
In Resident Evil, you just pour like some stuff on your hands and you're fine, even if you get like clawed across the face. Or
No,
there's a
you
part where
mash up
your-
plant pulp in
There's a
Resident
part
Evil.
where you get your hand chainsawed off and you just like pour it onto the stump, and then your hand gets stapled on later, and I'm like, that game is weird.
Yeah, I just love that, though. You're getting all shot up, your body hits everywhere, and you're like, oh,
That's very classic.
okay.
Yeah, that's the spot. My one weak point.
Right? Your Achilles forearm.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think we're ready to slap some.
Should we slap some numbers on it? You ready to write them down?
Yeah.
All right. I think I still really come back to play the game. Just play the game. If you
Game's
want
awesome.
if you absolutely fall in love with the game, maybe you'll care more about the movie because it has those characters. I don't think the movie's great. I think it's cast really well. I do like the characters and the way it looks. I think they achieved that stuff.
Yeah, it did look really nice.
It's not a groundbreaking movie. It just
No.
isn't. I'm going to give it I don't know. I'll give it a 6.
Okay.
It's just above okay. It was a little better than I thought it would be. I'll say that.
Yeah.
And I really thought it wasn't going to be good at all. And it was better than that.
Yeah. I think, character development for Laura was good. The feel of the gameplay portion of it, or what made it feel like gameplay, because as I was watching this, I was going, I feel like I'm in the game now. I feel like I'm doing this part of it. They really pulled that part off pretty decently. They ruined it with weird action movie BS that didn't need
Tropes.
to happen. Yeah.
BVS.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a solid 6 as well. Just even 6.
All right. I didn't drag you down, did I?
No.
Okay.
No, I was actually thinking 6 before you said it. so
Okay.
I was trying to think of a reason to go higher, but
Yeah.
The more I'm thinking about it, I actually really liked Laura's character. She was pretty charismatic. Like when she gets beat up, and that lady's like, "We cool?" She's like, "Yeah, we're cool."
I was really impressed with Alicia Vikander playing that part.
Yeah.
That role.
Also, she's super hot.
But okay, because I've said how many times now that
you
I
wanna
kind of
get
get
beat
a
up?
crush for the chick that can beat me up.
Yep.
I didn't really have it with this chick because she
all you
comes
need to do is
across.
put her in a chokehold.
I guess, yeah, right. But she
will
doesn't.
get out of that chokehold.
She
Now.
doesn't come across as like as a very strong character. Not until the very, very end of this movie. Like she's so conflicted with herself.
And
That's
the way,
too much baggage.
But that's the way the game plays.
Yeah. No, I'm not
No,
knocking it
no, I
as.
mean, I totally appreciate that part of it because that is
Didn't even put
Yeah.
my score on it.
that is.
I think we're gonna get to you, Jack.
6.5. You know,
6.5.
Yeah, 6.5.
Wow, you liked it more than we liked it.
Yeah.
nice.
Maybe it's because he hasn't played the game.
Maybe. Yeah.
I wonder how much. That's his 0.5 difference right there.
Yeah.
You can't play the game now. You're gonna ruin the movie.
a whole 6 difference. Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd actually like to play it. I might have to steal it from one of you guys.
I can let you borrow it.
Hell yeah.
It was fun.
Oh wait, no, I can't. Damn
it.
I've got it as a download on my PS3. You can borrow my whole PS3. I don't care.
Wasn't it free? Was it a free game?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have it on your PS3.
Oh, PS3.
Don't you just download them all?
I don't know if my
you
dad.
queue them all. Use your phone, dude. Do you have the app? How many
think I'm
times do we tell
logged in
people to
yet.
get the app?
Oh no, I have it.
Get the app.
Am I logged in?
You can purchase them all and not even bog down your system until you're ready,
Yep.
and then you can bog it down.
Yeah, but if you
I
want
might
to,
not be
borrow my
logged in.
whole PS3, you can borrow my whole PS3.
No,
PS3.
we got it.
You've got to have it.
No,
Oh,
but I'm just saying,
I have to sign in, and I totally keep forgetting all my sign in info.
Oh my god.
it's signed in already on mine. You just plug it in and go.
Yeah.
I don't even know. It sounds like so much effort.
I
No, I'll probably just
my
buy it.
coffee
I'll
is
probably just
creeping
buy
up
that
on
and
me.
Rise because I think there's
Oh
like
my
a double
God.
collection.
That's the worst part about recording in the morning is I drink coffee first, and
Except
coffee
for-
just like gets you flowing. It gets me flowing in more way than one. But
Yeah. So 6.5 for Jack. Okay.
Yep.
6.665.
Ruined it.
Yep.
Thought we could be
No.
like...
We don't need to do that. Anyway.
So let's talk about our beer.
All right. I think I say this all the time, maltiness really comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I think it smoothed it out more. It got easier to drink, much smoother.
And actually, I think it helped bring out a little bit of citrus in it.
Yes.
Right? It was not as citrusy when we first started. I think maybe
Nope.
that like super chill was masking it.
Yep. But that initial harsh bitterness that you got right away doesn't have it. The bitterness doesn't set until the end,
Yeah.
like most beers do.
It's now it's like rolling hills instead of super peaks and valleys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
It's still really good.
Oh, I'm totally digging this one.
Yeah. It's better than Tomb Raider.
It's
Go
better.
get Dark Heron from Fremont Brewing and drink that before you go see Tomb Raider. It will ruin the movie.
But no, I'm really digging this one. I'm liking this. I'm not the biggest fan of Fremont overall,
Yeah.
and I'm really digging this one. They
I'm
did a good job.
gonna give this. I think it's a solid 8. I think it's
That's
great.
Where I'm going with it.
Nice, dude. We're like spot on today.
Well, here ruin that train. I actually started to warm up to my drink a little bit at the end. I was kind of getting used to the taste, and I was like, I could start to separate it more. It was almost like fermented raspberry. And I was appreciating it a little more, and I was gonna give it a 6.5, but then I now feel like I just feel nauseous and sick.
Oh my
Right?
god.
So but not in like a I drank it too fast, as in like this drink makes
Were you
me
just listening to yourself? Is that
sick.
why you feel nauseous and sick?
Yeah, probably. Well, I didn't talk that much this episode. I'm proud of myself. I'm going to give it a 5.25. It's a little better than okay because, I mean, the taste does over time get better. I feel like if I had another one, it could be pretty good, but then I also might get more sick. So it's, yeah, I was going to give it a 6.5 until that. It's just the aftertaste and the after effects in general just aren't that good. But the taste is unique, and I don't want to entirely say don't explore unique options, just keep making ginger ale, but like, I wish it would have tasted more like how it smelled. Because I was kind of digging how it smelled. I mean, I was like, there wasn't enough raspberry, but this was like nothing really. It was kind of weird. Yeah, overall...
So it hasn't warmed up, the raspberry didn't come out more?
No, I mean...
Really, it
Oh,
should've.
maybe that... Well, I started to taste
The
it more,
fruit-
but
the
it
fruit-
could have been...
Fruit flavor should have come out a lot more.
It was still sort of kombucha-y all around. Like, it started to get a little more of a kombucha flavor, but it was very
I think
very
once you have the kombucha flavor, I don't think there's any escaping it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I could taste the raspberry a little more, but you kind of had to, like, really fight for it, because it was almost like, it's like fermented, right? That's what kombucha is, I think.
Yeah,
Or
well, it is.
yeah.
It's tea that's been fermented and it's like turns to vinegar.
Yeah, actually, look on, hand me that bottle. Let's see what it says on there.
Which one?
The, yeah, mine. There we go. Let's see, does it say anything about being fermented? Because it's such like a weird thing.
It's not. If you get a bunch of beers and stuff where they add the fruits to them and stuff, you'll get that almost kombucha flavor.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. It doesn't really say anything about it. I feel like they should almost say that it tastes like kombucha, because it kind of does, or at least has the aftertaste. But yeah, I definitely feel a little nauseous now from it. But you know, I don't regret
Still talking
drinking
about
it.
his-
Oh yeah, he's still talking.
Whatever.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did he do that to cover my absence?
Yes.
Okay. Way to do a solid.
Wow.
You guys will be glad I left because that was not a glass on the table.
Oh my god.
I don't get what that means. We're just gonna move on from that.
Oh my god.
Is that the end of our show?
Yeah.
Do we have a little bonus? Because I want to ask Jay, how addicted are you to Persona 5?
So I sit down to play something on it, and I cannot leave it without pausing.
Yeah?
I have to pause, or not pause, saving.
Yeah.
I can't just put it down and come back.
Oh, it's
and,
one of those games.
And yeah, well, I'm just saying, I'm not one of those people that just can just leave my system running and hope it, or
put it in rest mode.
or in rest mode, suspended mode, whatever.
Do you never put it in rest mode?
Oh, I put it in rest mode every time, but it's just one of those things that you've got too many power.
How many times out of all the times?
The power has gone out in the apartment far too many times to
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
to reliably.
Yeah.
Explain. I mean, I can't.
You lost your whole save file.
Well, like
Dude, and it's a big deal in Persona.
Every couple of weeks, I come in and it's like, oh, we've got to rebuild your whole extended plug-in hard drive because you shut your machine down improperly.
Yeah.
I didn't do jack crap. I just had it in.
Hey.
Yeah. Jack crap. That's a new thing. I like it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway,
Kid friendly.
I'm gonna make shirts that say Jack crap.
Please sponsor us. Please sponsor us.
But so I said, I have to get to a save point. And there's so many times we get into this game where it's like, all right, this day, awesome. Tomorrow morning, I'll just wake up, hit save, go to bed. I can go to bed then. I don't need to be part of this game right now. And it's like immediately into cutscene, and we're talking to these people, or you get a phone call that you can't ignore.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, all right. And a couple of times I've just gotten to the point where it's just fast forward, and it's like, just what do you think of this? I don't know this answer.
Is I want to save now? Is that an answer?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, this answer. I might be pissing you off, but I don't care.
Yeah, but you're having fun.
Oh yeah, except until I get to that point.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is that once I hit that point, it's like, all right, this is what time is? 45 minutes later or an hour later.
Yeah.
It's finally through all this garbage.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
And I noticed because
and that's in fast forward.
Yeah, because I use my PlayStation app, right? And I'll look on there sometimes and to see who's playing. Maybe I'll jump on and play a game with someone. And there's Jay. It's like 1:30 in the morning. I know you have to get up super early, and you're still on Persona 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's 1:30 in the morning,
Is that rest mode?
It's probably rest mode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But after you saved.
Yes.
Okay.
No. I don't put it down until I've saved.
All right. I had to ask you about it because you've been playing it a lot, and I absolutely loved it from last year.
Oh, it's a great game. I really like it.
Yeah.
There's some relatability issues to it that I don't get, and I wonder if that's just because I'm not in high school anymore. Like I don't get the whole young kid thing.
Because you're getting
Or-
old. Just say
You just
because
don't get
you're
it, dude.
getting
You don't
old.
have clout like me.
Or
Yeah.
or I'm not Japanese. You know,
okay.
no,
How about both? Why does it have
but-
to be either or?
But you know what I'm saying, though. I mean, I don't know if it's the young kid thing or if it's the Japanese part of it. Like,
Yeah.
what part of it am I not getting?
I'm going to say it's the Japanese part because I think I get the rest. It tells you my maturity level. All right. Well, I had to ask you real quick.
Great game.
Yeah. No, I think it's totally worth playing and investing. And I don't want a movie or a TV show about it.
No,
Just
it
play
is.
the
It
game.
is a TV show.
Right? Totally.
So, all the nerds,
Look, all the fuzz.
bottoms up.
Let's get nerdbuzzed.
Go find us on Twitter, support our Patreon, comment, say something. You can be fan of the month.
Culture, you're on Nerdbuzzed.
Go to nerdbuzz.com. Watch all our stuff and our affiliates. We love you.
You're on Nerdbuzzed. Let's get Nerdbuzzed.